Hi, my name is Fong, and I am a staff accountant here at Bixby Capital Management. Pride Month means to me adversity, community, love, respect. It just means being authentically you. At first, my identity has always been I feel like I always have to be myself, and I have to be authentic to who I am no matter what company that I'm in. I think working for Bixby Land Company, I've always felt so accepted, so seen and heard that I feel like I can always be myself and be proud of who I am. Yes, I feel being represented at Bixby Capital Management, being seen and heard. Inclusion at work is just having my opinions and suggestions really taken into consideration here. It has been such a great opportunity for me to explore my personality, being who I am, and kind of bringing also the LGBTQ plus community into the space here. Bixby Cares, I usually do all of the philanthropy, getting engaged with different opportunities for us to volunteer, to engage with our communities outside of just Orange County. Building bridges between communities and allies is basically what I do here. Listening is very important, and hearing what your employees have to say. Everyone wants to feel seen and heard. So I feel like if we take a little bit of time to really sit down with someone that's not part of your community, you can find out that you really have a lot in common, and things that are important to them can be important to the organization as well. I think my younger self was a little scared, definitely, given the world that we live in, but I think being true to yourself, always standing your ground of who you really are, and not being so afraid. I think that Pride isn't just a big party. It's not just a big month for celebration. I think it's also reflecting on the struggles that our community has had in the past, and just seeing how resilient we are as a community. So I think our members from the past of our community have really pushed and paved the way for all of us to be a little more accepting of one another and being more proud of who we are. Our unity, our understanding, I think being very compassionate with one another. Being part of the LGBTQ community is very important for us to create spaces where everyone feels seen and heard. I think building the gap and bridging gaps between communities, not just LGBTQ communities, but also bridging gaps between all the other communities is something that's really important for me. So the things that I do outside of Bixby Capital Management that involve me in the LGBTQ plus community is that I am a chapter leader for a nonprofit organization called Gay for Good. And I've been a chapter leader with them for about 9 years. And we do such amazing, great things about bringing people together, communities together, and really bridging the gap and breaking down biases and challenging people. Lastly, Pride for me and Pride in general is about community and unity. I think Pride is about love, love for oneself, love for each other, love for our communities, and love for a future that's a little more kind, love for a future that's a little more accepting of who we are.